What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name's Scythe and we are back again for some more Trove on the PS4. Hi, how y'all doing, everybody? Hope you're doing fantastic, wonderful. Hope this video makes your day even better. Let's change things up a bit and go to the U5 Air world. You have to excuse me if I look tired. I probably do. It's because I am. I didn't really get that much sleep, but I gotta get these videos out to all of you folks, so who cares, right? So anyways, yesterday I ended up having a video kind of talking about like how I took a little bit of a break. I just didn't have enough time to catch up on my content. So now I'm going to have a lot more extra free time. I'm in crunch mode right now, dude. Like, it's gonna be pretty crazy for me because I've got to record not only this Trove video for today, but there's an indie game, well, a VR game, I guess I should say, that I gotta make a thumbnail for to go up. And then, thankfully, I've bought myself a little bit of extra time because then that gets the videos for today out of the way, and then non-stop recording of all the indie games and all the craziness, and oh man, there's a lot of stuff going on, and most of all, just because of the stuff that's going on with me personally, there's lots of craziness happening. But oh man, are you not hyped about the Megalithic update? Are you not entertained? Like, seriously, really cool. Devs really showed me, not me specifically, you know, all of us were kind of under the suspicion when the devs started saying that the Megalithic update was around the corner. I mean, that was just kind of like, come on, like just come on, guys. And then like they say it's right around the corner, and then a couple days after they're like, oh, by the way, Megalithic's coming out next week. And it's like, why didn't you just say that in the first place? The reason why, I assume anyways, folks, I'm under the impression that the devs honestly weren't entirely 100% sure if they were going to be able to deliver the Megalithic update that, like, next week, you know? So it's like they were kind of holding back on whether or not, do we actually announce that we're delivering it next week, or do we wait and then just deliver it at the earliest of June? Now, the thing that's exciting about it, too, is the devs have actually said how only, at least for PC anyways, console players get wrecked, it's not there, but the test server is supposedly coming back to the PC in a couple weeks. And most of all, the reason, you know, how does that concern the PS4 people? Because of the fact that when that test server ends up coming back up, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to start testing out the subclasses. Ooh, isn't that exciting? So for right now, I know that most of you folks watching at home, you're hyped about the Megalithic because it's finally gonna end up being here. If you didn't already check, there are patch notes already for both the PC and the console versions of the Megalithic update. We're gonna have not only a lot of new stuff as far as the console is concerned, because there's gonna be craftable classes and new dragons and a whole bunch of other crazy stuff, right? But there's also going to be a bit of new content that's coming out, not only just for the console players, but also for the PC. I'm actually, let me show you this right here. I'm confused because it doesn't say anything about the Dino Attack event going on right here in the coming soon, which is kind of weird because that event is confirmed for next week. So that Dino Attack event is going to end up coming out with the Megalithic, right? Because the whole thing about that event that's going to be so relevant is that it's going to be the first ever, like, full-on event quest, if you will, that console players and PC players are both going to share in and have at the same time. Now, you gotta understand the lingo, the way that we kind of explain things here, because I don't want to mislead anybody in any way, shape, or form in thinking that the console and PC are both going to be playing together or anything like that. No, it's just that we're all going to be running the same event on the two different versions. So it's not like your account's gonna carry over or anything like that. You know, I just want to stress that enough because I see in every one of these videos, somebody always ends up getting confused and thinks that, oh, this is going to finally merge the dimensions. Both of them are going to play together. And it's like, no, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Fun fact, by the way, the biomes itself in the air world, like the underneath stone that generates at the bottom of these biomes is actually almost as strong as bedrock in Minecraft, except that it can actually be destroyed. So like you see right there, the ground that's right there at the bottom there, it's really, really difficult to bomb your way through that. However, folks, this right here is the generation of the dungeon, and we don't have, I'm gonna die, and we don't have, like, there's no bedrock on the bottom of the dungeon is the point that I'm trying to make, right? So this is what happens when you go to the bottom of the world, by the way. No, why did you die, Speed Coach C? You shouldn't have done that, dude. I would have just joined you through the rally blade, dude. Man alive. But yeah, so lots of crazy stuff is going to end up happening when the Megalithic comes out. I'm going to be super duper busy because, like I said, the patch notes are already up, and that one's going to actually be really difficult for me. In a good way, I'm actually really, really excited because it's been like 50 years since I was able to do a patch notes video. I love doing the patch notes video as much as I love doing just the normal videos. It at least gets me, you know, gets it to the point where I can end up doing a video that's just explaining a bunch of stuff, right? It's kind of like a tutorial, but it's most of all just trying to share the information in as efficient and, you know, explaining it better than they do. If I might be so bold as to say. Because if you check the patch notes right now, especially the list for the console update, it's a huge list, man. Like, it's really, really big, cluttered, and unorganized. Because it'll, like, say, here's the dragon category. And it's talking about all the dragons and stuff like that. And then way later in, like, the bug fixes or something, it talks about, like, you know, something that's changed with the dragons that is not necessarily a bug fix, it's more of an improvement, and then it's like, why isn't this in the dragon category, you know? So the part that's going to be difficult for me with doing the console patch notes is because that list is so big and most of the information is pretty irrelevant. You know, if I could say that, it's not that it's like information that you don't want to know about. You know, you can all read those patch notes yourselves right now, but it's like nobody needs to know about like crash reports and stuff like that. Like, people can go ahead and do that with the patch notes itself. I guess I'm more talking about, like, as far as a video is concerned, it's like nobody's interested to hear that, oh, I'm not going to crash as much. Like, you're just going to see it, right? And hopefully it's going to end up making things a little bit more optimized for the console version. I do want to point out, too, because I've been getting that as comments lately, lots of people keep telling me, like, hey, dude, did you know you can use the Trove text in-game text commands to change and modify your graphical settings in game? And it's like, yes, I know. I did a video on that almost as soon as the console versions ended up coming out because of how unstable the game was. And the whole thing is, I just want to point out that, yes, I am very well aware that I could do that, especially on like the PS4 or the Xbox, but I don't really like... I don't know, I guess I'm just kind of lazy. I don't really want to do that every single time I end up logging in, but yeah, in any case, like, I know I just kind of keep repeating the same thing over and over, but really it's like, hype about the Megalithic update, dude, because it's so cool that it's actually like right around the corner and coming out. So I'm excited to swap over to the Dino Tamer. I was getting quite a few people asking me today about whether I think that the Dino Tamer is actually like a viable class and stuff, and he most definitely is. He's actually, I would say, like, people are asking more specifically, how does he do in Shadow Towers? He's right up there with the Gunslinger. He's not nearly as powerful as the Gunslinger, don't get me wrong, but he's a very, very viable magic build character. And I want to point out, too, because Atticus was asking me, saying like, wait, what do you mean he's a magic character? And it's like, yeah, don't be misled by all of the screenshots and stuff like that that they have online of the Dino Tamer, not only riding mounts and stuff like that, but holding spears and swords and stuff like that. For some reason, lots of people are like to say that that's not the Dino Tamer, that's the Knight. No, it's the Dino Tamer. He's in the same, you know, he's in the biker costume of the Dino Tamer. Unfortunately, Trove's misleading trailers and screenshots is nothing new to the game. The whole point, though, before I get into any of that, is that the Dino Tamer uses guns. He is a magic-based character. He's going to end up using guns. That's why, like I keep saying in the series, I'm going to be able to swap all of my gear over from the Pirate Captain directly over to my directly over to my Dino Tamer. Now, the point that I was trying to get at as far as the misleading content is concerned, just to give you an idea in closing, folks, because I'm noticing that we are on time and I did gotta rush this video out to all of you. When dragons were first coming out for Trove, not only did they kind of mislead us by saying that you were going to end up getting a dragon and having to feed it and kind of take care of it to have it grow into a full-fledged adult dragon, which is not how the dragons are at all. It's not Pokemon. It's not, you don't take care of anything. You just consume souls or consume the egg outright, and then you just end up, well, there you go. Well, not the egg, but you know what I mean. You just end up getting the dragon, like, right then and there. But in all of the screenshots and in a lot of the footage even, they ended up actually showing the dragons breathing fire and using that to fight enemies. So it was kind of implying that it was going to be the same fire effects of the Dracolite, but on the dragons themselves, and got a lot of us really hyped about and thinking about, like, mounted combat and stuff like that, right? That's the other thing too. I just want to say, again in closing, with the Dino Tamer, he's the only character that actually has quote-unquote mounted combat. I've got plenty of other tutorials on, like, the Dino Tamer and everything like that, so you can check those out. The links will be in the description, of course. But it's like, his ultimate ability actually puts him on a specific mount. It's not like the one that you have equipped or anything like that. So, technically speaking, it's not mounted combat as much as it just kind of gives him the same movement speed as a mount, and makes it look like he's on a mount, you know? But it's not like he's attacking from it. It's not like he's using a sword or anything exciting like that, or changing his attacks or anything by any means. It just gives, you know, the dinosaur that you ride on shoots acid out of its mouth, which pretty much operates the same as him using his gun, but it's a lot more AoE. It's got different video effects and stuff like that. I don't know why he just shot right there. That was weird. And then also when the Megalithic update comes out, I got a lot of stuff and lots of codes that I'm going to be giving away, costume codes more specifically, that I'm really excited to share with all of you on the console version, because all those costumes are going to be quite expensive when they come out, dude, like, really. But very, very hyped about it that it's actually coming here right around the corner. Wink. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Sorry to say that I don't really have any codes right now, unfortunately, but I hope you have a fantastic day and enjoyed the video regardless. Sign on and stay epic.